Alright everyone, hey, welcome back to Stillhouse Mastering. Today I'm going to show you how I would approach pop song mastering. So today I have Make It Easy by Jobe. He was gracious enough to let me use this for an example for you guys. Now this isn't going to be a tutorial, it's just going to kind of be like watch me do what I would normally do on this track. And I hope it's super helpful for you all. Alright, so first thing I would do is, import this track here. And I'm going to just have a listen through it. Now, I've already done that from beginning to end. And for time's sake, I'm just going to let you listen to the first verse and the first chorus here. So you can kind of get in your mind what this track's going to sound like. So let's go.
When every day's always the same, you can turn to me, yeah, I'll take the blame. When everybody's going away, I'm here, babe, I'll stay. I know you can't run far enough, baby, I'm nothing like the one. I know that every time I make it harder for us, I'm done, but I'm still holding on. Chasing things you said, spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see it.
Okay, so yeah, great mix. Good job, Connor. So going from there, I like to make a mental note of what I think the song could use, any issues I hear, that kind of thing. And, it's a really good mix. I feel like the drums there could be more attack on the drums. But overall, I just want to kind of embellish what's here and, just make it shine more, make it more modern, and then bring it up to competitive volume for our pop release. So, let me go back to this drum part here, and let me see what I can do about making these drums come up a little bit more.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see a change and I can't resist, I just want everything to make sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want everything to make sense. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song, but I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe.
Okay, so real quick here, this is Perception AB. I will put a affiliate link down below. But what this is allowing me to do is, and I have a whole video on this, you place one plugin instance before, and then at the very end of your chain, you place the other one. And this is going to allow me to bypass all my plugins that I'm using, the entire analog chain, and then any limiting, clipping, or anything like that we may do later. And it's going to level match that, so we're not deceived by any volume changes. So yeah, pre will be the unmastered version with everything bypassed, and post will be currently where we're at, so the mastered version as we work along here. So let's see, currently I put the Buzz Audio SOCM. It's an optical compressor. It's a very nice sounding compressor. It's got a bit of a modern high-end sheen going on to it, and it's a great job for bringing out some punch and attack, for these drums, for example. So yeah, let's go back to that, and I will bypass it in and out, and you can hear what that's like.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds.
Bypass.
Take your time, don't come back home tonight.
Back in.
Sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said.
Back.
Spin around my head tomorrow.
So yeah, you can hear those drums, especially that snare got some more crack to it, and I'm liking how that kick drum's sitting now. So let's go back here and keep tweaking things. Let's see where we can go.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything to make sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want everything to make sense. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead.
Okay, yeah, so this is the Thermo CQ. It's a 4-band parametric EQ, and what I got going on right now is 55 hertz. I got a little bit of a boost going on there, about 2 dB or so. I have 245 hertz on the low mids, and kind of like bringing up some beef in the snare, and then I have 21 kilohertz shelf. I am running this in mid-side mode, so that is all on the mid channel there, and on the sides I have a 16.6 kilohertz shelf. I got about 2 dB on that. So let me level match this again and bypass the whole thing This will be the buzz audio compressor and the EQ together, and let's see how that sounds.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spinning around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself.
So yeah, liking where that's at. Let's go on with a little more EQ to shape things where I want them. I'm going to try now with the Jobe Audio G14S. This is a 5-band parallel passive tube and solid state EQ. For this one, I'm going to go with the solid state mode, but I'll switch over to tube and let you hear how that sounds as well. But yeah, let's start tweaking some of this and see what we can do.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home.
Okay, that's solid state mode in, all bands bypassed. Out. That's tube mode. Off. Solid state.
Things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see a change and I can't resist, I just want everything that makes sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want everything that makes sense. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me.
Bypass.
But I'm still holding on.
In. Bypass. In. Okay, so with that, I have some 100 hertz boost. I can't tell you how much because there's no markings on here. So, no idea. Use your ears. I also have some 500 hertz boost on there. This EQ does a fantastic job of almost making vocals louder, like bringing them forward. Particularly within that like 500 to 700 hertz range on this one. Don't know why, but it works great for that. And then I also have a 1.7 kilohertz boost, just bringing out some mid-range presence there. So let's bypass everything. So again, this is with the buzz audio compressor, the thermo CQ in mid-side, and now the Jobe G14 EQ.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time and don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't.
Okay, yeah, it sounds great. You can really hear those vocals coming through. The 100 hertz on this unit brought out the bass guitar and really beefed up the low end on there. So next thing I'm going to try is some saturation with the Overstayer Mass. It's a very nice soft saturation unit. And yeah, let's try to blend in some color with that and almost a bit of a soft clipping and see what we can do.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow
Bypass.
I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe.
Bypass.
You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason.
Gonna drive it a little harder for you.
You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it.
Bypass.
I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything that makes sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want everything that makes sense. Hey, it's the centerfold.
Bypass.
Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe.
Chain bypass.
But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy.
So I ended up rolling back the mix control knob, blending back in some dry signal on there. Got it on about 8 now. One thing to note, that was going through the Avidston Audio mid-side R. That's pretty much just a mid-side matrix. I got no mid-side processing or any other processing on through the mid-side, so it was just facilitating the bypass in this instance. So next I want to go to Imager, Ozone Imager. I don't use this a ton, and when I do, I like using it in multi-band here. It's very helpful for tightening up the low end. So let's do that first.
But I'm buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing. Instead, make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything that makes sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want it instead. But I'm still holding on. Hey, it's the centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone, I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around.
Great. Yeah, like how that opened everything up. I try to stay pretty conservative with the amounts here, not doing anything crazy at all. And like I said, having this in multi-band mode really helps. I don't want the center image of those vocals to be spread too far out or anything like that, and can kind of just, control things and keep them from getting weird. Now, one thing I do want to try is to maybe get a little more definition on that snare, probably around like the 4, 5, 6 kilohertz range, while also avoiding, bringing out any harshness or sibilance in the vocal. So let me try tweaking some EQ on the thermos and see what we can do with that.
On. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight.
Out.
Go sing a song that I
In.
don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going
Out.
away myself instead.
In.
Make it easy for me, babe. Say I see hidden meanings
Out.
in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to
Back
it.
out. That's okay. I messed with this a little bit earlier, and I want to show you what I can do with Oak Sound Spiff, which is far from a everyday use tool, but can be really nice for things like this. So my goal was to isolate the snare drum, kind of that region, and I'll throw this in delta mode so you can kind of hear what I'm doing. And I got it in mid-side mode, but mid only, because that's where we're going to hear most of our snare. And let's see. Okay, so you can hear I kind of got the snare drum there. Like I said, I kind of adjusted this beforehand. But now that's on 100% mix. Let's bring that down to 0, and let's blend that in and see if we can bring out the attack in the snare.
On. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. Say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything that makes sense. No,
Bypass everything.
I don't care to say anything. I just want everything that makes sense. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know.
Awesome. I think that's going to do the trick. That was with the EQ I did earlier before this, around 5 kilohertz. Took that off. I'm just going to stay with Transient Designer Spiff. Really liking how that's bringing things out there. Now, right now, I think this is good to go like this. Now, obviously, we're going to want it louder. So, you know, the last thing I would start to think about doing now is bringing the volume up on this thing. And the first thing I want to do is use K-Clip by Kazrog. I think I said that right. This is a recent one I've acquired. I've been using SIR standard clip for a while. I really like this one in multi-band mode for some projects. Not even adjusting the individual things, it just seems to react a little differently. But let's try it in both ways and kind of see what we can get with this.
Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything to make sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I just want everything to make sense. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head.
Okay, yeah, that's about 5 dB of clipping on there. I do have the input and output linked, just to keep the volume relative and keep everything matched. Let me mess around with the soften on here. We're just going to soften kind of the knee and go from like hard clipping to a bit of a softer clipping.
Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it
Cool. And one more time, everything bypassed and the mastered version as of now.
Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your
Unmastered.
time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I
And mastered.
don't know. Buried deep.
Okay, now where's our volume sitting on this? It looks like
Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your
somewhere around -18 with this level matched like it is, but you know, we're gonna go for pretty loud for a pop release now. You know, something that would be competitive with what you're hearing on the radio. So let's bring up Pro L2. This has been my mainstay limiter for a while. I got -1 dB of the output ceiling. I have loudness compensation on. Transparent mode, which is where it's in for most of the time for me. And let's start tweaking these settings.
I'm still holding on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I
negative 6.5 integrated so far.
Tomorrow I'm going away myself with that. Make it easy for me. I'm still holding
Unmastered.
on. Hey, it's just centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song that I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spinning around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for me, babe. You say I see hidden meanings in everything, but I can't see a reason for this. You see, I'm trying to ignore things I can't explain, but I just fall back to it. If I see it changing, I can't resist. I just want everything to make sense. No, I don't care to say anything. I want everything to make sense. Hey, it's just a centerfolds. Take your time, don't come back home tonight. Go sing a song I don't know. Buried deep in your phone. I'm tired of chasing things you said. Spin around my head. Tomorrow I'm going away myself instead. Make it easy for.
Okay, so yeah, I did a few small EQ tweaks now that the limiter and clipper are going in. And, you know, that can happen sometimes. You get some of the balance can shift a little bit, and, you know, you might need to back off something or push something a little bit more. But, yeah, so I'm happy with how that's at. Now, to finish this up, I would trim up the end here, work on the fade out, which is, you know, not that big of a deal there in terms of how to do that. I would disable my loudness compensation so I can have this at a full volume, and I would print this out, check it that it rendered correctly, and ship it off to the artist at this point, or the producer. But yeah, so that's how I would master a pop song here. I hope you learned something. If you want to see more content like this, let me know down below. If you have any questions on this session, don't be afraid to ask me either. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.
For me, babe.